Good morning, welcome back to another video. A bit of a different job on today. So we're pruning fruit trees. It's currently the 2nd of February and we're starting on the fruit trees. So we're in this quite longish garden. So the bottom half of this garden doesn't really get much attention. So pruned these two last week. These are really out of control, these fig trees. We brought them right down, and we're just starting again with them basically. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fruit trees that we pruned last week. A fig tree that I also pruned last week as well, that took really hard down. And today we've got the big job of dealing with this one. We did that one as well last week, sorry. And now we've got this one. So this is probably around 15 foot. And as you can see, there's figs all the way at the top. It's just totally unnecessary. It shouldn't be this big. And we're just going to try and bring it down to size. They say that fig trees should only be around 6 to 8 feet. So that you can basically pick the crop easier. So we're going to bring it right down, probably take it down to some of like the main boughs, and probably take about 2/3 of the tree down off completely. Take the suckers off from the bottom, clear the base, and just give it a nice reset. So the tools I'll be using is a little giant ladder. That is a Conquest Multi-Terrain Pro, because it's got the adjustable side feet. Brilliant ladder, that one. Got the Ego multi-tool power head with the chainsaw attachment, obviously protection, and the key is a little 18-volt top saw, and a cup of tea obviously. Yeah, big job. Well, not a big job, but it's a big job for a fig tree. So let's get cracking and enjoy. So that's the base cleared. I've taken the suckers off the base and cleared all the old fruit that had been left down there for probably about 2 years, I'm guessing. Doesn't look much different at the moment, but cut all the suckers off the base, cleared all the rubbish around it. And what that will help in doing now is when these all get cut off and they all land on the ground, it's much easier to clear up when there's no obstructions on the ground. So what I like to do with fruit trees, especially one that's in this condition, is work from the base up to about head height. Take off all these lower hanging branches, because I'm not looking to get crop out of this within the next couple of years. So I'm going to give it a real hard reset. And normally, when fig trees do get a bit of an abusive cut, they normally go dormant for a good couple of years. Try and find their feet again and produce some good fruit. So clear the base. I'm going to clear everything up head height, and then I want to take the tree down from the top back down to about 6 foot. So all that should be clear, with just a small channel of big boughs about 6 foot up. So I've cleared up the base, as you know. I've lifted up most of the boughs to head height. So basically from the bottom up to about 5.5, 6 foot is done. Now I can start working back down to the main boughs that I picked out in amongst the fig tree. So, all done. I've literally brought it all down to about 6 foot, maybe 6.5 foot on that branch, but all back to the main crowns of each individual bough, with a lot of waste. So I normally just use a pile at the back there for waste. So I have to accumulate some waste here as well. So all the trees are done. Now just left for this mammoth job of clearing it up. But it looks much better anyway. Used all with the Ego chainsaw attachment and the power head. Now I'll skim through this lot with the top handle Makita and try to differentiate the big boughs with the small ones. So get it cleared up. That took me around about an hour and a half. Probably take me about 2.5 hours all in with clearing all this up, as I'm not taking the waste away and this is for a regular customer of mine. I'm doing this as a favour in the place of his normal maintenance visit slot. And for all those who are wondering how much I'm charging for this, it's £120. It would have been a hell of a lot more if obviously I was taking the waste away and if this was just a one-off job, but because he's a weekly, all through the year client, I'm just basically getting it done for him in the place that I'd be doing other normal stuff like cutting grass and blowing leaves, etc. So it swings both ways. He keeps me going all through the year. I can do jobs like this for him, which other people will probably charge a lot more for. So yeah. So I'll get this cleared up and I'll see you in about an hour. all done. Fig tree's done. Brought that back down to life. And for anyone that is worried about the fruit that might come off that within the next year, 2, maybe even 3 years, client's really not worried about that. Just wanted it back into nice shape, as it's the first time that I've ever pruned these. So all done. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. And I'm going home now to film the new Ego multi-tool review. So look out for that one next. Thanks guys, see you soon.